Hi, and welcome to vlog 69, maybe? You know I don't keep track. I am actually on a deserted rooftop bar in the middle of the financial district, and this is the hotel that I was staying in. Look at all these Chinese lanterns. So they only open this at weekends, but I managed to sneak up to do the vlog. I honestly don't know who in their right mind thought that letting me onto a deserted bar area would be a good idea. Obviously I've not stayed at this hotel long enough. After the last two vlogs, one which was about the vote on Friday for Brexit, and the other one which was a bit of kind of really interesting, I thought it was interesting trivia about the Wall Street Bull, I had another completely different plan for today's vlog, and I always do these unscripted. I never set out in advance or write down what I'm going to say, but I always have an idea of what I want to talk about. Otherwise I just come on and I blab. But in the last hour, maybe 2 hours, you wouldn't believe all the different crazy things that have happened. So I actually changed my mind and thought I'll do it on something else instead. So let me give you a bit of a background. I was supposed to be staying in New York for a month, and I'm now 2 weeks into the month. And we operate in Kuwait as well, as you know. So I was due to go back to Kuwait in 2 weeks' time. And I thought it would actually be a good idea to bring that forward. So I'd planned to go back to Kuwait as of this weekend so that I could catch up with people over there. I've been away for so long, I feel like I've been away for 3 weeks. I want to get back to it and see what's happening. And likewise, we have a lot of connections in Kuwait with investors who are potentially investing in projects that we're doing in New York and London. So it's always really, really good to have face-to-face contact. Plus what happened on Friday, you just want to make sure that everything's still okay, that people are still confident in the UK's economy. And if they're not confident in the UK's economy, then it's making sure that you've got enough other options for the US economy, which is in a better position. So it fast forwarded my plans to go back, and I managed to find a flight which was flying out of New York tonight at 9 o'clock. So I had my hotel booked until tomorrow. Paid for until tomorrow. I was paying it in stages because I wasn't sure when I was going to go back. So I paid for until tomorrow. So I went to them last night and I said, listen, I'm booking a flight, so I'm going to be checking out tomorrow. And they said, okay, we can refund your room. I was like, that's great, fantastic. I expected it was going to be a sunk cost. So I said that to them this morning. So they managed to refund the room. That was brilliant. Went to book the flight. And I had so many issues booking the flight that by the time we actually managed to get confirmation of the flight, it was double the price. But there's one flying out tomorrow night, which was the same price as what was originally. Anyway, so I went for the one tomorrow night. So I go back to the hotel and say, oh, I need a room now. They're sold out. So this is 6 o'clock at night. This is all happening. And I'm facing the very real prospect of, okay, you're going to need to truly pay more for a hotel because you get a great rate because it was advanced booking. It's going to be another like $200 a night. You only need it for one night. This is going to cost a fortune, just all the chaos. Every single hotel in this area is sold out. Every single one. And the ones that aren't sold out are like $400, $500. We're just not paying that. So eventually I found this hotel and it's like way uptown. It's like Upper East Side beside Central Park. But anyway, I'm sitting in the bar and I'm doing all this. And I get talking to this girl next to me who is lovely. She works in the restaurant business. And it really struck me that, you know, something huge, like a huge shift in the country's economy, a global scale change can happen on Friday. And I have a more measured and calm response to that than I do to flights getting messed up and being short of a hotel. And it's funny because when you think about it, it's not really the big things that drive you mad. It's the wee things that drive you mad. It's the small things that you forgot or that you overlooked, or that you had one card and you needed to pay with another card and you hadn't transferred the money into the right account. And, you know, all these small things that happen that just make you go, ah. Whereas when the big things happen, it's almost as if, yes, you can react, but it's almost as if your resilience kicks in much faster. Because the weight of that situation is, okay, well, we're just going to need to deal with this. Whereas small things, it's really easy to just like moan about it. But actually, when you think about it, how often does a Brexit happen? How often does such a seismic shift in the way we do business occur? Every 10, 15 years maybe? How often do things do your head in? Every day, every single day. And when you think about your response to them and you think, well, I didn't really overreact. I mean, that was a fairly measured response. You know, I got annoyed and kicked the cat or something. Don't kick the cat. It's a Scottish expression. Yeah, don't kick the cat. And you kind of lashed out, you know, sort of verbally, or you went, oh, or, you know, you smacked your hand off the desk or something like that, right? But think of the effect that's having on you if you're doing that 20 times a week rather than one time every 15 years. And when you wake up and you think, what's actually really important? Are the bigger things more important because they're seemingly larger? Are the weird things more important because they affect me more often? Or actually are neither of them important? It's actually all about your reaction. And when faced with a situation which you can genuinely do nothing about, why is your reaction calmer than when you're faced with a situation when it's easy to beat yourself up and say, oh, you messed up, you should have did this, you should have did that? And it reminded me of a very interesting bit of advice I received over the last few weeks. And it said, if you're going to give yourself a hard time, so if you're going to say to yourself, I can't believe you did that, you're so stupid, what did you do? Imagine you saying that to your best friends about yourself. And how would they react if you were talking about yourself like that? Or, you know, how would you react if they were talking about you like that? You know, and you think, so the words we use and the way that we get rid of our anger and the way that we take out our frustration on ourselves, we wouldn't do that to anybody else. If anybody else had messed up today as much as I'd messed up today, and believe me, I'm going to get absolute pelters when everybody comes into the office in the morning, they'll be like, we literally left you alone for 5 minutes, you had one job and you're still in New York, what's going on? But if any of them had made the mistakes I made today, if any of my friends had done it, they'd be laughing about it and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you, that's so funny, are you okay? But when I do it to myself, I go, oh, come on Angela, you should have known better. What are you doing? And I think how much better would it be if we were just slightly more aware of the language that we use when we're speaking to ourselves? Because yes, we're our own worst critic, right? But do you really need to have that negativity every single day? Do you need to have somebody telling you every single day that you could do better, that you're not working hard enough, that you're not enough, that you didn't do that right, that I can't believe you messed that up? You looked so stupid when you said that ridiculous thing at the viewing or at the job interview or whatever it was. Stop saying those things to yourself and instead react as if it was something that happened that you had no control over. That's not to say you don't learn from your mistakes. That's probably like a disclaimer, right? You should still try and learn from your mistakes, but you're going to do stupid things, you're going to mess up. We were on an extremely important business trip a couple of weeks ago, and I asked the most ridiculous question in the world. I'm not even going to tell you what it is because it's so embarrassing, right? And I get like absolutely slagged for it, which I should have, not in front of the person we were trying to impress obviously, but later on my business partner was like, what are you talking about? If anything like that pops into your head again, just ask us later on. But we could have a laugh about it, and it was like nobody was giving me a hard time. So in that situation, it's easy to just laugh off. Do the same with yourself. If you mess up, you mess up. Don't be so scared of making an idiot of yourself that you actually never do anything at all. And it's really true, there's always a silver lining in every opportunity. If I hadn't been sitting at that bar tonight, frantically trying to find myself somewhere to stay tonight, I would have never have met the girl next to me, and she's actually really lovely, and she lives in New York, and she regularly goes to different places to eat in the financial districts. And I'm like, oh, well, next time I'm back, it would be great to go out for something to eat together. So there you go, I found a friend in New York that I wouldn't have had if everything had went to plan tonight. Who's to say, you know, what else will happen tonight that wouldn't have happened if I'd got my flight? You just never know. Treat everything as if it's out with your control. And the things that are in your control, don't be so quick to give yourself a hard time if you mess them up, because actually what you think might be wrong and what you think might be going in the wrong direction could actually be that opportunity that you've been waiting for. I hope that's helped, and likewise, if you just feel that you need more of me telling you all the stupid things that I do, I'm totally fine with that. That would be the easiest vlog in the world. I'll just come on here every night and tell you all the ridiculous shit that I got up to that day. That's totally fine. And also, I'd welcome anybody who knows me to please put in the comments below all the ridiculous shit that I do every day. That's no bother. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about being the best. It's not even about being better than anybody else. It's just about getting up every day and trying your best and enjoying it, and knowing that when you get to the end of the day, you did the best with what you had. You've made some form of impact on the world by being here, and if it goes really wrong, then it's going to be a great chapter in a book one day, and that's all you need to think about. I'm going to leave you guys there. I don't even know where I'm going to be doing the vlog from tomorrow. Maybe New York, maybe Kuwait, maybe Dusseldorf on one of my 15 stopovers because I couldn't get a decent flight. But I'm sure I'll make it interesting, and thanks so much for watching as ever, and I'll speak to you later. Have a great night. Bye bye.